Johnny Rock Show. Rockin' 101, the Rock Station.
901, the Johnny Rock Show. Looky here. He's back for the attack. Riki Rachtman, former host of MTV's Headbangers Ball. The Cat House Hollywood podcast, his one-man show. Riki, is there anything you don't do?
Yeah, I don't ever come out to intro music like that, John.
That's Space Hog. I don't think Space Hog was ever...
Okay, I'm sorry.
I
have fun. You know, I work really hard. I got a lot of different... I get my fingers in anything that would be something that I believe in. Then if I can make a little bit of money in it, that's good. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But, you know, I've done quite a few things, I guess. Yeah.
Well, the one-man show, 1 foot in the gutter, live from the Backstage Bar, Las Vegas, July 22nd. For tickets, visit cathousehollywood.com or eventbrite.com. Let me tell you, I remember maybe a year ago, you were on Facebook and you were saying, I want to take this thing on the road. What do I do? Any suggestions? And look at you now, playing Vegas. Congratulations.
Well, I've actually done 40 shows, including 4 in Australia. And I sold out Sydney, Australia. I mean, I sold out Nashville, New York City, Hollywood, Charlotte, 2 nights. And the thing is, one of the things that I say in my show, of course, I tell all the stories of, like, you know, the old days and sleaze, debauchery. But the one thing that I try to say in my show is, you know, if you're ever having a down time or you ever feel low, and a lot of people are these days, you never know when you're going to have the best time in your life. Because, look, I'm old, and doing these shows ended up being the best thing I've ever done ever. And there were times when I was like, oh, God, what am I going to do? I don't have headbangers, don't have the club. I was broke. I had to get a job selling cars. But then, you know, move ahead 25 years, I now have a couple companies, little ones, and I'm back to, and I'm touring. I mean, I always wondered what would it be like to tour, and I got to do it. And I'm doing my final show July 22nd in Vegas.
Congratulations again. We're talking to Riki Rachtman, the Cat House Hollywood podcast. Get it at Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. You know, I always say there's 5,000 podcasts out there, and about a dozen of them are any good. Well, you've got one of the good ones. How do you feel about it?
I don't remember how many podcasts they said they launch a day, but it's ridiculous. But the Cat House Hollywood podcast, you have to start at the first one and then work your way down. And when I get off the road, I'm going to release a lot more. I mean, on May 8th, which is like Motorhead Day, we had the drummer of Motorhead, Mickey D. We were talking about Motorhead. We had Billy Duffy and the Cult talking about crazy nights at the Cat House. Gilby Clarke from Guns N' Roses. I mean, we have all these guys, and I never interview. All we do is talk about the old days and talk about starting trouble. And, you know, it's been a lot of fun. And I'm going to start putting out more as soon as I'm done with this last show, July 22nd. Everything, like tickets and everything, is T-shirts, cathousehollywood.com.
Well, I'll tell you what. Here's a tip. You probably are hip to it. Have you ever seen the video of the Mike Tyson one-man show? Believe it or not, he did an amazing one-man show.
I've seen clips of it, and I believe that instead of some of these rock stars going out doing like shows where they look terrible and don't remember the words, I think they should go on tour and just sit down in small venues and tell stories, because Mike Tyson's is great. Obviously, I'm a big fan of Henry Rollins. And I love hearing people tell stories because, you know, I don't tell stories about reporters or journalists talk about this. I talk about things that happen right in front of me, you know. So, and Mike Tyson is great because everybody has got a story. Everybody has got some interesting stuff to tell in their lives. So, and I feel, I mean, there's things I haven't told anybody that for some reason I get on stage in front of like 500 people and I'll tell the story. You know, so it's been really incredible, and it's very personal and it's rewarding, and I love watching people. I mean, Priscilla Presley is doing one by us, and I'm thinking about going to that one. You know, it's just fun to listen to people tell stories if they do a good job at it.
Well, you may have really hit upon something, because all I hear about is how the Black Keys are canceling their tour, J-Lo canceling her tour, and it's because nobody wants to pay $900 to see a show like that in an arena or let alone a stadium, right?
Well, what I did with the Las Vegas show, I worked with Eventbrite, because if I charge $35 to get in, the fee that they charge is like $4, which has nothing to do with me. But when you see some of these agencies like Ticketmaster, like almost doubling the price, I'm like, look, I love going to see bands play, but I got to pay like $90, $100 to go see a show. You know, it's hard to get people out these days. And when you're just ripping people off so much, you know, my wife was a big Cure fan, and when Ticketmaster was going crazy on their fees, he canceled the shows and rebooked it over again without the fees. You know, it's just, as entertainers, I'm not saying myself, but as bands, you got to do a little bit more, and you've got to work with these companies, because people don't have the money. They do, and we all want to go out, but when it's so much money, and then, you know, whether it's babysitters or, you know, parking $40, I mean, it's just ridiculous. So I've always thought of as myself as a fan. You know, I'm a guy that goes to shows. I'm a guy that buys all this stuff. So I try to think like, okay, what am I going to do that would make people, and that's the same, you know, policy that I did when I owned the Cat House.
Indeed. Well, good on you, sir. Riki Rachtman's Cat House Hollywood podcast, available now where you get your podcast. And the one-man show, One Foot in the Gutter, live from a backstage bar in Vegas, July 22nd. For tickets, don't you go to Ticketmaster now. Oh, no. CatHouseHollywood.com or Eventbrite.com. Well, look at that. You're almost inspirational, buddy. That was great. And I welcome you back with open arms anytime to the Johnny Rock Show, okay?
Well, thank you, buddy. I really, really appreciate it.
Now, I'll play you out with the old Headbangers Ball music here. Okay. Thank you, Riki Rachtman.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you. There he goes. Hello. There he goes. Headbanging. Hello. Riki.
The Johnny Rock Show. Rockin' 101. The Rock